The 15th of June, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Did you see Miriam's note this morning?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's begin again. Kuf Kufnun Gimel, and we're in the Ramah in the Sif Hey, in the Ramah. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Fine. Eliezer Tzvi, would you like to read the start again? Okay. Lou, do you hear me?
I can hear you. It looks like Elias.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in Siman Kufnun Gimel in the Ramah Sif Hey. Let's start again. Im Kanu. Here the Ramah is talking about that they had collected money and they bought with it building materials. Right. Okay. All right. Yeah, Eliezer Tzvi, you like to read?
Sure.
Okay. Kufun Nima the Ramah, Sif Hey the Ramah. And we're in the middle of the Mr. Bruce. I'll tell you where we're going to pick up with the Mr. Bruce.
You want to start the Shulchan Aruch first?
No. We did it several times already this week.
Okay.
We will pick up with the Ramah.
Okay.
Im Kanu.
Which is which Sif? Where do you want me to start?
Haga. konu b'damim elu kegovu eitzim lavonim
Oh, okay, with the God stuff. Okay,
al eitzim lavonim.
fine. Gotcha. Im konu b'damim elu shagavu eitzim levanim. If they collect the money, if they buy the money they've collected, trees and stones, kedushas damim al eitzim v'lavanim, then the kedusha, the kedusha falls on those bricks and trees. But also shanos rakla kedushas chamura, and you can only change them to use them for something that was more holy. However, if they bring trees and bricks in order to build a basic knesses, they come through the gabai, which ushers the change them except for something that is more holy. But before they come into the hands of the gabai, you can change their designation. In all places, you can't go back on it.
You can't withdraw the whole situation. You must use it for something which is of higher kedusha. You can't undo the whole situation. You can't go back on this what you've done
Okay,
here.
so this would be
So we're going to start with Sifkat Mekaf Yad Gabai. Once it comes into the hands of the Gabai, it becomes Asur.
okay. Liad Gabai, sir, once in the Gabai's hands is us to change it.
Right.
It's on us to change it. Va'alidei Shiva Tovei Ir, but if it's just in the hands of the kind of people controlling the town, the Mabad Anshe Ir, who represent people of the town, sure, it's permitted to change it. Moshe Kasav Sif Zion. We're going to write in Sif Zion. Mutal Shana Sam, it's permissible to change the designation Perush. Lote to give and take, Achim Taktehem. Back and forth, you just swap them back and forth. Within Bish, he's Nadvu Maos Lebes Knesses, Nami Dina Chechi. And it's similarly for somebody who pledged money for the Beis Knesses is also can be changed in these ways. Lo Yachal Asabo, you can't go back on it completely. The Havi Neder, because you made a neder to give it, and therefore you're giving it.
Right, especially after it's been collected. So you've gone a further step. You've made a declaration about what you're using this money for. You've collected the money. So now it's together of a neder which has to be fulfilled. Okay, very good. Let's go now back to the Mechaber Sif Vav.
Okay. Mocha basic knesses v'kain shar dvarim shebekudusha. You can sell a basic knesses and any other holy object. The fuel a sefer Torah, even a sefer Torah. Have seches tamidehem to lahasi yisomim bedama, to support talmidim or yisomim with its money, with that money.
Right. Okay, Mr. Brewer.
Vafilu sefer Torah, even the sefer Torah. Hatam, the reason. The Amorin Ain Mokrin Sefer Torah El Lilmod Torah, because we said you can only sell Sefer Torah in order to learn Torah. Mashma de Lilmod Torah Mutter Afilu Limkor Sefer Torah. Therefore, to learn Torah, it's mutter to even sell Sefer Torah, and that's in the Rush, etc. The Dover Zeh Tochachas Megula Losan Anashim. Ha'anashim misrashlim lachazikim Torah be'arehem, and this
Tochakas Megula. It's an open
warning
or rebuke. It's an open criticism or rebuke
to those people who refrain from supporting Torah in their communities.
Right. That's right.
Okay, or lahasi lison, or to marry off orphans.
Correct.
So most even orphan girls. Daf agav de'ein ha'isha mitsuva al puravirya, even though the woman is not commanded on puravirya, mikol makam lasheves yitzara, shayach gam b'isha, that to live together, that also applies to a woman. Buadin, V'mochrin, Sefer Torah, Lepidyon Shvuyin. Those cases sell a Sefer Torah in order to rescue captives. Magen Avram, V'kain, Hiskim El Yerabba, B'shem Kava Poskim. V'ayin L'cham V'sif Yud Gimel, go look down in Sif Yud Gimel, Magen Avram Sham, the Magen Avram there. Muchach, where it's implied, Dein Roy Limkar, Afil Beis HaKnesses, that it's not proper to sell basic necklace even for Pidyon Shvuim. Ki'im Efsher Lahasig Ma'os Acheros Alzem Min Asir, because if you weren't able to get other money from the congregation, Uve'ofen Zeh B'vadai Mutter. Hold on. Let's do this again. Demuchach the Ein Roy Limkov. It's clear that you can't sell a basic asset even for Pidyon Shvuim. Ki im efsher lahasig b'os acheres, because you weren't able to get other money.
Only in the case where it's impossible to get money any other way. Meaning, you can't sell the base Knesset even if for Pidyon Shavuot except the invits efshar nasig mos acheros ayidei tzibur, unless you cannot get other monies throughout for the tzibur.
Okay, hold on. I just lost like give me a second.
Take your time. Take no rush. Take your time.
Okay. In this case, we can't get other money. It's certainly mutter. If you only have one basic knesses in the town.
Right.
Okay, Zion.
Yes.
The basic knesses nimkar, when the basic knesses is sold, hani mili shel kfarim she'ein baim anashim im komas acherim. It's only in the villages where people from out of town don't come there. So nasa ella livnei hasfarim hakfarim levad. It's only used by the residents of the village itself. L'chein yachol limkro l'machor. Therefore, it's possible to sell it. Mikol makom hamos nisharim kedusha sehen, and their money maintains its holiness. Einam rishayim haridin b'kudash hasan. And you can't lower their kedusha. V'hainu b'shemachu b'nei ha'ir shlomidas parnasehem. This is when it was sold without the knowledge of the members of the congregation. V'huadin imakro shiva tovi ha'ir shelo lad anshe ir. And this is also certainly the case if of the 7 people who kind of run the community who did it, I guess, without the permission of the community.
Yeah, you have the Ma'amid Anshi. The Ma'amid Anshi is like with like a town meeting. Like they have to.
Right.
You have the
Town
Zion
council,
committee, which are basically the board of directors,
yeah.
and you have the town meeting. You have to have both the board of directors and the town meeting, or sometimes yes, sometimes no.
I mean, hiskimu shiva to ir also mecher. If the heads of the community approve of the sale, Bahayu Mamed Anshe Ir, and the community also approves of it. Rishayim lahotzi maos l'chol mashi yirtzeh. They can spend the money on anything they want. Yimkol alehem b'nei ha'ir b'ferish b'mecher zeh kol mashi yaseh afilu yachid masha asa asay. V'im kibul lehem b'nei beferish. If they received all
they
they
accepted
needed from one person,
if the people of the city accepted upon themselves beferish b'mechers, they meaning during the course of the sale, the people of the city accepted a clause specifically in the sale of this whatever of that they're doing now.
okay. Rashad Hotzimos called Masa'ir, so they can use the money for anything they wish. Okay, well, we did. Okay. The call Shiva Tovi Ha'ir Mochrin
The Pearson, they made a public sale. They made a public sale.
That they sell publicly. Mikre B'mamad Anshe Ha'ir. It's as if it was done with the approval of the community. The answer is Lomer Hain Olam. They have to take a vote on it after that. Aval shel Kurabim Shabaim Shem Bimkos Acherim. But if the shul is used by people who come from other places, Afilu Banu also Mishalahem Enum Nimkor. Even if it was built for them, they're not allowed to sell it. Elim Kain Toli also Bedas Hayachid, unless it's all done by the opinion of one person. Sha'az Yasebo Hayachid Ma Shiyirtzeh. That person is allowed to do anything he wants with the approval of the congregation. This is true for all holy objects that are recognized this way. Because they're all of lesser holiness in the Beis HaKnesses. So a single person who builds a Beis Knesses then gives it to the community. Then it's considered a Beis Knesses for the whole community. If he retains any privileges specifically for himself, this is not considered a sale. Kim alpi hakahal v'alpiv. In law mecher ki'im alpi hakahal v'alpi o yorshav. This is not considered a sale because I'm not quite sure what the phrase is saying.
Excuse me. Let's say a person, a private individual, bought he built the Beit Knesset, and then he gave it to the Kahal, and he gave it to the community.
Right.
It has a halachic status of the Beit Knesset as if the Kahal, the public Jewish community, built it themselves. But let's say he's giving it he built the Beis Knesset, but he's leaving over. He wants some koyach, whether actual in space or in legal rights. Meaning he has the right to he's retaining some type of right in the Beit Knesset that he's giving to the Kahal, right? Ein la mecher, that's not considered to be a sale. Meaning even though that the person is keeping a right to the Beit Knesset that he built, he cannot sell it. He cannot sell it without the agreement of the community. Va'al piv or yorshav, whether it's going to be through his own or through his inheritors.
Okay. Because the Lomari Ella Kishayesh Lahem Beis Knesset Acheres. This is all applicable when there is no other Beis Knesses. Aval im ein lahem rak Beis Knesses achas. They only have one Beis Knesses. Aser l'makor is aser to sell it. The ha'afilu l'sitro aser achi yibana acheres. Even to close it is aser until they build another one. The kol davar shev kedusha shenimkar umutar l'shanosav. Anything that can be sold and changed afterwards. Nimkar below Hachuraza Aimbo of Aimbo Na. You can sell it without announcement, and there's no na there. Aval davar she'aser l'shan asa, but something that can't be changed, the kedusha kala to a lower level of kedusha. Then you have to announce it before you sell it. Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, it's very long. Okay, we're gonna start this. That brings us to the Mr. Brewer in Sifkat and
We got an introduction.
yep, that's right. Hine, you have it there. Hine b'nei Sif Zayin
Yep.
Ish Kama. Go ahead.
Okay. Hine mipnei she'asif zayin yeshbo kama pratim. We're seeing in Sif Zayin that there are many details. Okay, l'chein akdem lezeh hakdama. So we're going to give you a short introduction to cover this stuff. Who? The Masha Nizkar El Me'inyan Michuris Basic Knesses. What we said above about the selling of Basic Knesses. Hine Hanimili Imhu Shel Kfar for his village. Okay. The Stama Banahu Rak Adas Didehu, because in general, they just build it for themselves. Then they have the approval of most of the people there in the town, they can sell it. Even even Sholo Yoridu
However, you shall not do not bring it down in kedusha. Don't bring it down into kedusha.
Okay. Ukashihu nimkar gam ves kamas azayin to tovim shalahem. When they sell with the approval of the town council, ajachon lasos behadame mashiyuchu. They can do with the money what they choose. Dahainu lehotziam l'chulin. That's because the money has gone out to chulin. Ki yisra kamen, as we're going to see below. Avalim who base Knesset show krachem, which is this base consists of a town. Talinin de base habinyan banu gam adas de clay alma. It's going to be used by everybody. I feel im not new bal komos habinyan mishalahem. Even if it was only all of their money that built it, I feel hachi talinin de bishvil kulam beno. Since it was built for everybody to use, l'chein afilu hiskimu achakak b'merchasa. Even if they agree to the sale later on, hiskimu shivas tovia by the town before the members of the city. Ein mechiras and mechir. The sale is not a sale. The atat nivar divrei Shulchan Aruch, and we will explain the words of the Shulchan Aruch.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how the Mr. Brewer is going to approach this. Okay.
Okay, shel kfarim of a village. The schema achronim, the achronim agreed ki asra de lo shchichi rabim. It's a place where it's not common for, I guess, out of towners to come. To asim my alma nikra kfar. Then it's called the kfar. Okay. The afagav the shihi rabim ovrim vishavim leprakim, and even though it's common for people to come to go through, and only some of them stay.
that Avagav the Shkichi Rabim Oivrim Shavim the Purikim, even though it is common that there'll be many sojourners and from at certain times, the Prakim at certain times, right?
Kiven Delo Kivia Beir Ella Orchem Ella Ovrim Vishamim Derek Arai. Since you're only coming to the town as passers throughs or temporary residents, Mikre Kfar, it's still called a Kfar, still called a village.
Right, it's still called a Kfar, right?
On the Kol Makom, the Shkichi Rabim, Me'alma Shaban Lahis Pilasham, but any place where people from outside in order to daven there, go Makom Sochrim, Miskabtsin Sham Tadir Lasocha. So it says, I guess this is like marketplaces where the people come to do their business. I feel Gam Ha'ir he Katan, even if it's a small town, a Makom Sheyesh Sham Chacham Gadol, or a place that has a Chacham Gadol, She Mischabsin Sham Rabim Srichim Lo Talmido, where people go to ask questions of or to learn from. Have Krok, that's considered a big city. The Mastava Adaita the Chol Haola Bana, and then it's considered that the Beis Hamikdash was built for everybody in the world to use. Od Kosvu Post and Poskim also write the Afil Beis HaKnesses She the Krok, even the Beis Hamikdash in a village. Im Yadua Shalo Asu Oto the Ma'at Am, it was only built for a few people. Kagon Beis HaKnesses Shinosan Oso Bale Umanos La'atzmam, that members of a specific craft built just for their personal use. Before I did, or something that the people on the people built just for the use of the people on that street. Okay, Gamkain Dino Basic Knesset Shok Farm. It's also the base din of a city. I feel who Krok, even if it's in a village. The Mistama Rock Al Das Atzma Banu, because it's clear they only built it for themselves. Imlo Shasayu Anshair Gamkain Alabinian Filmaat. And this is when the people of the town did not have anything to say about the building, even a little bit. Az ein lahem reshus al mechira below daita. They can't sell it without these people's approval.
Right.
Not sure I got that straight.
Okay, so let's review that 1 second. That he said here, Rafilahu bekrach, even if it's going to be in a krach, larger city, the mistama rak al das atzmon boni. I mean, in general, we'll say they only built it for themselves, right?
Right.
The mistama acherim nitnu lehem hamois yasu lehem behem. That it's we can assume that other people also gave money to help them out with what they were doing. Im shir, so I mean, if they would be willing to take the money from them, which I'm sure they are. Kevin Shalal, no, excuse me, I'm sorry, I skipped the line. Mistama rak al das atzmo bonus. Mistama, it's assumed that they only did it with their own intentions in mind that they build it. And the imlo masal and shehir, that's as long as the people of the city didn't help. Also, gamin with the building. Mafilu ma'at, even if it was done only a little bit of help. Because if they did in fact get assistance from the other people in the city, so then in that case, then it turns out if they have no permission to sell it without the other people's opinions. Since they're even though in a krach where they're probably doing it exclusively for themselves, but if it turns out that we can assume that other people did in fact help, so now that will tip the scales and require that we need their opinion in the sale as well. Okay. Yeah, I just made copy one more. That brings in the cover. Yeah, filo bonu, right? Even if they built it.
Okay. Afilu banu, the mistama acherim, nothing lahem lemos, siyasu haim, haim bohem mashi people, other people gave them money to build wherever they wanted. Kivin she'ein regilas lavosham, because it's not normal to go there. V'lechein afilu osam acherim enom miskamim achar kaf mechira mutal mechari, and so it's not going to have. These people aren't going to be involved in having any say over the sale, so you're allowed to sell it. Enom rishayim, you don't have permission. I am la'el the sif dalid, the yesh deos. It goes and see sif dalid what we said, where we said you could change the kedusha of an object. Parnasehem, their work. Shiva to a year, the town council. Shiva to a year, Kosav Harashba Chelek Aleph Simin Tafresh Yud Zayin. They view Harash Dam Simin Kuftzadeh. Hey, Shiva to a year, these 7 people. Enam Shiva Anashim Muvcharim B'Chachma O B'Osho Kavod. These are not necessarily these are not people who are necessarily very high in wisdom or rich or honor. Shiva Anshe Hamidutam B'Tzibur Parnasem Al Inyane Ha'ir. These are people who get supported by the town to take care of issues for the town. Vaharim ke apotrasim alehim. They're like attendants on them.
Trustees.
Trustee. I couldn't think of the word. Right. Trustees over them. Because of Ocham, Im Tomi, if you want to say, Ish Kiblu aleh, they people decided upon them. Lama Lisha, why are there 7 of them? Mishna, so we answer there. De'im Mikablim Alehem Anshe Lasok Bedava Yadua Umuforat. If they're going to take something that was like known and specific, Gagon Beinyo Shabaru Osam Lemichra, issues about how they're going to sell it. I feel Echad Nami Yechol Lamanos, even one person would be good enough. Whatever he did would be good. Ella Demairi Amidu Alehem Parnasim Kistam Lipikeach Al Iske Hatzibur. They're worried, these 7 people are worried about the needs and the functioning of the community. Vicha Kishahin Shiva Yeshlahen Rishus L'Kol Davar Kiu Asu Kain Kol B'nei Ha'ir. When there's 7 of them, then they have the reshus to worry about all these things that have to do with the community. V'afal pi shelo hamidu osam al davar zeb b'fresh, even though they were not appointed to take care of specific items. But b'pachos misheva ein kochan shava liot kachol b'nei ha'ir. But if it's less than 7, they don't really have the power to represent the whole community. Okay, Achiyatlu reshus b'fresh. Unless they get permission for each and every item. The King Kasu Kama Poskim, that is what many Poskim write.
Very good. Okay. Okay,
Right.
fine. Let's stop here. Very good. Thank you, Elise. It's been very good.
Okay. Have a good Shabbos, everybody.
Good.
Okay, good Shabbos, Elliot.
Have a good Shabbos.
Okay, see you all later. Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Bill.
Okay, have a good Shabbos. If I
Okay,
don't
thank
see
you,
you
Rabbi.
tomorrow.
Thank you too. We'll talk, Mr. We'll talk later on today. Thank you.
It's Hashem. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.